Hey guys, I'm Melody.
And I'm Nicole.
Welcome back to another episode of Double Take.
Episode Trace. By the time y'all have watched this, we've already started a Spotify. So
Oh, wait a minute.
if y'all don't like YouTube or want to actually click out and listen to it, go on Spotify. I think it's called Double Take Podcast.
Yeah, it's called Double Take Podcast.
Search up Melody and Nicole, and it'll come up on Spotify.
And you'll see a picture of two of us as we were kids.
Yeah, and there's video, there's audio, so
no excuse now.
Don't walk, run.
Y'all got no excuse. When you're walking to class, listen. When you're driving, listen.
Right.
When you're about to sleep, listen. I appreciate it.
The episodes are not that long, I promise you. So yeah. Last week I had midterms. It was
we had it.
Really
oh
tough.
My god, we had a really hard exam.
You know when you leave an exam, it's like this can go literally either way, and I couldn't tell you. I
remember she literally texted me. She was like, "Don't even know how I did.
I don't know.
No idea.
I don't know. I'm just glad it's over, but I'm scared. We'll see. Oh, I feel like I'm not a good test taker. Truly, I feel like test taking is not for everybody. And when I was younger, it took me a long time to shake out of the stigma that being good at taking tests defines your intelligence.
Because she was a person where it was like, if she got a bad test, the world's done. The world's over.
My confidence was so low. I was like, wow, I'm never going to college. No school's gonna want me.
And I feel like I'm the opposite, which is why, for me, I've always been a person that, I don't even want to word it in a way that it seems like I'm careless, but I didn't let grades define me, and I didn't really care because I knew that I was intelligent, and I knew that, okay, if I did bad on an exam, there's another exam. I don't care. I've rarely been a person who even cried over a test besides chemistry. That was a class where I was, genuinely sobbing because I couldn't get it. I would genuinely leave every single exam being I couldn't even tell you if I got an A or an F. That's how wide the gap was. I was almost clueless to if my answers were just me making things up or if it was close to right. So shout out to anybody in chem doing a chemistry I don't even know why you'd sign yourself up for hell like that, personally speaking.
The thing is, isn't it unfortunately required to to even graduate high school, which is a shame. Truly,
I have some issues with that because I know there's a lot of subjects you don't use in the real world, but genuinely speaking, I do not utilize chemistry skills or stoichiometry.
Chemistry's okay, I want to become a scientist, sure. I don't really know. Or if I want to create something, I don't really know. The thing is that there is a quote unquote right or wrong, and I feel when it comes to liberal arts, there really isn't a right or wrong.
Yeah, it's
more of subjective.
It's very subjective.
I can't really explain why I got it wrong. I don't really have a reason why I got it wrong. For example, in other subjects like philosophy, political science, journalism, in some cases, anything like that, it's very interpretive and subjective, where it's especially political science. I feel the thing is, unfortunately, those my willingness to care has dropped significantly once I just submitted the college applications, I didn't care anymore. And now that I'm in college, especially when I had the exam last week, my midterm, I was I tried my hardest. It's all I can do at this point. I can't reverse it and know the answers. So yeah, but in the past, it was always just I let that really be a token of do I have it or do I not? Am I a good student or am I not? But I feel I was overall a very good student my entire life. It was many things, for example, any science-related course that would really make me lose my confidence was taking classes in science. And that's when I knew that what's the difference or something to not describe a liberal arts course? There's something I'm about to lose it. I'm trying to think. Natural sciences, things like that. Empirical or natural sciences, all of that. Bring it back to you. How was your weekend been?
It was pretty good. I think it's been pretty good. I did a performance with LMU theater.
Oh, yes. What day was it? Tuesday? Last Tuesday, Monday?
It was on a Monday. It was
so 1 week ago.
Monday. Yeah. I did a monologue, and Nicole knows, even though we've been acting our entire life, it was still, a little bit scary-ish because we haven't acted legitimately since senior year of high school. Mm-hmm. Because we did act on campus. Nice. Because they don't offer higher level acting classes
That's
for
the one thing I will
non-majors.
say I genuinely despise. I don't know if it's only LMU. I don't know if it's every school, but if we knew this before, I would have maybe reconsidered if adding a double major or minor. But in our school, you're not eligible to take any acting class unless you're an acting major. The only acting class provided was beginning acting, and that was it. So we tried talking to the school, we tried talking to faculty, like they're very stern on like, this is a priority only type of thing for people who actually need the degree. And it's like, damn. So that like limited so many options to do acting. So we kind of like put it on pause after freshman year.
Yeah.
That's why like it's good to take other avenues like acting in actual like, you know, theater clubs and programs instead of actually taking courses, which, you know, the connections are great. And the professor, we had really one amazing professor for acting.
Oh,
the
yeah.
only acting class we took. Amazing professor. Sucks we can't do more, but
we're like
till
trying
now.
to find different avenues. So that was an example. I finally did that, and Nicole's definitely gonna do that as well because we know we both want to be heavily involved still, even if it's like a club.
Because like time is ticking, yeah, but we're gonna like utilize the next year. Oof, I can't even say
I
2
can't believe
years,
it.
like
We're
a year and
literally-
2 months. Did really, really good, y'all. My voice
She
was
was
shot.
screaming.
My voice was literally gone for at least 5-6 days. It's just now coming back.
Her and our friends were screaming, and I was trying not to laugh, but like in a way where I'm like, wow, they're so real. Because we do that for each other a lot. Like if there's times where Nicole's performing or she's getting an award or something, like my lungs are dead.
Speaking of awards, y'all, why did we win a national award for the podcast?
Literally recognized by the Associated Collegiate Press, which if you're involved in journalism, you know ACP. Like you know ACP.
Mm.
And we've been to their conference before. Actually, we were invited to go to their New Orleans conference in October last year. It's crazy to me, Kana, because we really just started this. And I know this has been a thing since last semester, like I said, with the Loyola, the digital publication. Great piece of motivation, even though we motivate each other every day to like make this podcast going. We're actually talking about ourselves and showing ourselves. So the fact that like people actually enjoy it is crazy. Because I'm like, it's one thing to be like a journalist and write articles about things that matter and things that are happening in the world and whatever, all that. But for it to be a podcast that has no correlation to like, I don't know, any other topic besides us and maybe other things that relate to us is super cool. So like we got recognized for just chatting. Thank you.
So we kind of want to add another segment. Yes, we love adding segments, but
too many. It's fine.
We want to add one. I don't know what we want to call it, but like I guess what's going on.
I feel like it's like hot topics, like just
what's happening. Yeah, what's
happening?
going on? So I already have one. Well, for starters, Rolling Loud was this weekend.
Oh yeah, it just happened.
It happened in Inglewood, this is like maybe the third time it's been in Inglewood since we've moved here.
Yeah,
we've never gone.
But
I mean, I have my valid reason. You have your reasons on why you don't want to go to.
What's your reason?
I have an experience where I can sort of kind of tie it to a festival. The closest experience I had to a festival, which if you can compare it to like Rolling Loud is like mosh pits and all of that. I saw Trippie Redd sometime in high school. I was maybe a senior.
I think it was senior year.
Yeah, I went with my best friend. We went together to see Trippie Redd. We got rookie mistake. We had Barricade, and I wasn't really a huge fan at the time. Like I liked his songs, but I went and I was like, let's just go together. You know, I'll go with her. I'll tag along. So we went. When I tell you, I was getting pushed against the railing. I was seeing stars. I'm like, oh my god! If I keep getting pushed. Keep in mind, the opener was Sofego at the time, and he was still going on his set. Trippie Redd had not even come out yet. I'm like, am I going to have to get carried out before he comes out right now? Kept going. I'm like, I'm about to puke, bro. We love concerts, but I literally can't do it. Unfortunately, the people who were there this year were amazing. We missed out on so many artists. It's
literally A$AP Rocky, The Weeknd, Playboy Cardi.
Especially Cardi. Woo! Y'all are just signing up for a death sentence. People's phones are just shattered into just smithereens and pieces. Like their shoes are ripped. I've seen photos of people's shoes are in like it's split open. Their socks are gone. Like literally.
So for today's episode, we kind of wanted to talk about things we don't really like. So just a complaining episode, kind of. But for lack of better terms, our icks. I don't know what we said our first subject was gonna be, but
I want to talk about friends. I want to talk about friends.
ooh, okay, friends.
Yeah. Friends. Something I really don't like at all is when someone you're friends with or who you claim to be friends with tries to correct you or make you look stupid in front of other people. Specifically people that y'all don't even know that well. It's almost like in a way to like a gotcha moment, like, oh, got you there type of thing.
Who did you get?
Right.
Who did you get?
I hate it. And that actually one of the most like I like Jenny like makes me very irritated is that like, I will react if I see that. That in my opinion is honestly not even an ick but a red flag.
An extremely red flag, because I think you're putting your friend down in front of people intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
So
another ick I have, hear me out when I say because I will explain, is girls' trips. Not every girls' trip, because we've gone on many ourselves. But girls' trips specifically with people that you claim to be your friend that don't really have your back. People who will throw you under the bus, people who will leave you for dead.
Steal your money, all those things.
All of that.
Specifically during spring break, which is why we're talking about it now, because spring break just barely happened.
And most of y'all, hope by now, have heard about the young girl who's 20 years old from Virginia, Sudiksha, who went missing, who is still missing in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
That specific case is so infuriating to me because I feel like there was a lot of, in many, many ways, more than one, it could have been avoided. If y'all didn't read about it, it's 20-year-old girl who went with a few of her friends to the Dominican Republic for spring break like any average college student would do. And within a few days, she was reported missing. But not even that. It's the fact that they waited until the next day to report her missing, even though she was gone all night.
I think just the saddest part of it all is obviously like, her friends maybe back home and stuff who have to see this, but her parents and her family who have to just be in just mental turmoil because they don't even know what to do. Like, how much can you do as a parent? Like,
think about it. You can just tell from the videos and the way her family acts. Like, she's a very disciplined girl. She usually probably does not act this way. Just wanted to go have fun like any 20-year-old wants to. And her parents probably encourage her because they think she deserves to have fun. They're like, yeah, go to the Dominican Republic, go have fun. They're probably so proud of her and what she's accomplished in life. People can't even have fun nowadays anymore. Yeah. You really can't.
Truly praying for her and her family. And hopefully we hear good news about it. And segueing to our next section, I'll say, which was college. I have one just flat out I use every single day as someone who considers myself a speed walker. If you walk slow on campus, I'm not even playing. Don't even, at this point, take the grass. Don't even walk on the sidewalk. I cannot deal. People literally are just walking like,
people walk too
one
slow.
Step. Why are you taking 30 seconds to walk one step? I don't care if you're on your phone. Why are you taking one? Why?
It's annoying because like people have places to be. That's why I feel like in a sense we would thrive in New York. Even though in New York they walk way too fast. I'm sorry. We walk fast, but they walk way too fast.
But in the same token, though, I don't like people who are like trying to speed on their scooters. So I'm like, what do I really like? Like,
oh my God.
If y'all are not aware, like, it's almost an epidemic now of students with like electric scooters going to and from class. I'm sure it's probably more prevalent in more larger universities, but it still exists on our campus. Like,
the thing is, okay, one, I thought it was banned, or it was not allowed on campus, and B, I think the only people who do scooters are athletes, right? I think it's athletes.
I've seen someone who's not an athlete on there, which maybe they shouldn't be on that, but why are you doing 90 miles per hour and you're trying to get to biology class? I'm confused.
You're lazy. Walk. Unless you have unless you have an injury, but if you have an injury, why are you using a scooter?
I get it. It's efficient. It's fast, whatever. But I feel like if you're going to be reckless on it and you're like cutting corners and trying to do tricks and...
No, I honestly find it immature, a scooter.
Really?
I thought unless like, I don't know, it's kind of a hot take, but I know some people who are like athletes, they use it, that's fine. Like maybe they need to get places quicker, but like, if you're going to class with a scooter, like I think you need to start leaving your dorm and leave your place earlier instead of using a scooter.
Do you feel the same way about bikes?
A scooter is we've been on them multiple times. It's very, very fast. So I have no problem with bikes. I have no problem with skateboards. It's just the scooter. So nah, I'm not with it. Sorry. Okay, how about something in music or entertainment? Something like
I have
that.
something for music.
Okay.
Nicole and I already talked about this multiple times.
That's what I think you're talking about. Yes.
I feel like I mention this to anyone I talk to because it's something that means a lot to me. But I think this is a two-parter. One, I think that artists nowadays seriously lack creative storytelling or creative directing in terms of creating an experience for their listeners and like almost like imagining a world through their music versus just lyrics they're just saying. And two examples I can give off the top of my head is The Weeknd, and I can give three actually. The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Charlie XCX.
I can even give another one. Niche artist, but Kalila.
Yeah.
Something like that. Where like you're almost in a sense being inventive.
Very
You're
inventive.
inventing a new it could be subgenre, even like inventing a new style of to enjoy music. For example, like you said, Charlie XCX.
You can tell the theme that she's trying to like develop, and it's telling a story.
We kind of had that convo about Cardi in his album that just dropped out a few days ago, which is I Am Music / music.
I don't know what it's
2024
called.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already have our own ideas about the album. We liked it a lot. I think it was a really good project. He had a lot of versatility in the album. My issue, and what we're talking about, is the fact that we could very much tell that it lacked intention. You can tell immediately from the sequencing, and you can talk about what you were saying about the first track.
The first thing I noticed when I listened to the first track, which was Pop Out, and then I listened to the second track, which was Crush, I already noticed one big mistake, which is the fact that those two should have at least been flipped.
For sure.
Or, bottom line is that Crush should have been the intro, because there was a really long intro that was like, Kanye produced the track, so it was just...
You could tell it was Kanye.
Yeah,
too.
you could tell it was Kanye. So it just gave me much more of an intro vibe versus Pop Out. First of all, I don't even think it was the strongest track to open with.
Not.
And it's definitely, we were saying it's more so like mosh music, like concert music.
Like an interlude or song you would hear like in the beginning of a tour, which is why I could see why he put it first to set the tone of the album.
Yeah.
But I think a song like Crush, in my opinion, should have chose one or the other. They're both intro tracks in my eyes. I just think when you put it alongside a song like Crush that is so well crafted production wise, like you just started off on a really low note.
Because when I heard Pop Out, I was like, when I heard Crush, I was like, yeah, this is the track
that would actually captivate listeners from the start. Which is, for example, I hate to be that person. I'm sorry, I'm gonna connect to The Weeknd again. The Weeknd has he's very good at picking opening tracks.
Yes.
Very good at picking these things like encapsulate the beginning of a project. That didn't do that. It didn't do it for me. Because when I first heard the track, I was almost left questioning, like, ooh, will this album be strong?
Yeah.
And I heard the first track, but the second track was better. I don't know.
We still like the album, though. Like, literally, ever since it's come out on, Friday at freaking 7 a.m. Mind you, we didn't stay up till 7 a.m. We stayed up the night before. It was supposed to drop by 9. We were still up. He said it was going to drop by midnight. We were up at midnight. Didn't drop.
Forget it.
Went to sleep. I woke up. I literally just happened to wake up 5 minutes after it had released. So I listened to it. We listened to it after as well together. But it's a really good project, and we listened to it all the time in the car.
And we'll mention it in the later segment about our favorites from that album. But
yeah, so we might as well segue. Since we're talking about icks, I feel like it's only fair that we talk about not even just guys, but like dating as a collective.
Mm-hmm. Seeing guys who couldn't even do the bare minimum, like doing laundry, making a basic meal to feed themselves, to take care of themselves.
Oh my God.
Take care of their hair, like anything like that. Clothes. It's just that as a collective is an ick. If you're relying on your parents for basic life skills,
what the? I'm confused. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like some things that are just not wired right, but
I think also has to do with the fact that not all, but many families that especially have daughters and sons, they are very quick to almost prime the daughter to take all those skills, knowing how to take care of a house, knowing how to take care of like your younger siblings, making food, cleaning the place, doing laundry, things like that. I feel like even when it comes to African, we don't have brothers, but even when it comes to like African culture and things like that, it is almost imperative that the women know it. They don't really put a lot of weight or pressure on men to do that. Maybe some are progressive now, but we've witnessed firsthand, like our, extended family, they don't really care to make an effort for guys to do that, which is probably why, whether they're African or not, a lot of guys go to college blind. They have no clue. Because I found out once I started to see people in our college pay for people to do their
laundry service.
What?
So what? Mind you, they're paying someone else to do their laundry.
Someone to come on campus, go to your room, bring the dirty clothes, get it, do the washer and dryer, fold it, bring it to your room, all folded and ready. Pay me, I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. But I'm like, get out of here. What the heck? I'm not going to pay for someone to do my laundry like
downstairs.
Bro, you have no excuse. Come on. That's a massive ick to me. Yeah. If you're unable to do basic necessities, I can't. It's honestly, for me, I'm not going to teach someone to do that.
No.
It's one thing to not be a good cook. It's one thing to not be like, sometimes you can be kind of like a little bit messy sometimes. But if you literally can't get your life together, I don't want any parts. I don't want no parts.
I absolutely hate the fact that, I don't like generalizing this generation, but guys in this generation have an obsession with utilizing Instagram as a way to like get at somebody, and they think that because they followed you or because they liked something that you have,
it's a green light.
It's a
goodbye.
What? Because I'm confused. I don't get it. For me, I don't care because I don't extend my follows where it's like, if I follow you, you have a shot.
No.
If you're cool, no. If I like your page, I'm gonna follow you back. Or even if we go to neighboring schools, you're like, we have a mutual, I'll follow you back. So the fact that I don't like generalizing guys, but
from
experience, guys just follow you and then they'll like your posts and then they'll like a story.
It's the constant cycle.
And it's like, am I supposed to reach out? Because I won't be. I won't be. I don't know.
No.
But I don't know. Like if you're utilizing Instagram as a stepping stone for it to be like, I have a shot, or I don't know. Like if you are not in the radius of them, or like you're not from the same city,
it's different.
You can 100% DM them. But I just feel like in general, deeming liking a story as shooting your shot is like,
what?
It's really not. It's really not though. At least to us, it's really not.
No,
it's really not.
It's honestly annoying. We definitely talked about this in the podcast episode we had with Cecil last semester.
Yeah,
a bit. It is really annoying because I feel like we're in this like phase where it's like a lot of men want to see women take initiative, which I can understand that perspective, but at the same time, I think it's also a two-way street where it's like, if you don't really, if liking a story is your only sign to make a girl do something, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing will happen if that's all you do. I think even for me, like, because any guy can do that easily. We can do that. We can like a story and keep going with our day. A story is so it's so minor. I feel like it has no weight or value to it.
You could like 20 other people's stories
right now. You could
go. I don't deem it as like, oh my god. Like,
you could literally like as many stories you want in one day, and I bet you a lot of them do that.
Yeah. So those were all the opinions we're gonna at least leave in this video, because we could go on and on, but we were like, we gotta wrap this up in a bow.
Per usual, every single time
we always have this disclaimer being like, we're filming for so long. We wrap it up, but probably one thing I want to say, which is about Cardi's album. So I can confidently say that. I'm about to say I can confidently say, but now I'm like back and forth. I can say that probably my number one song is "Good Credit" with Kendrick, but my other number one is "Backdoor" with Jhené Aiko and Kendrick.
Yeah,
it's like both are so good.
Oh my god. I mean, I agree. I'm sorry. I have the same answers. from Cardi's album, Good Credit. When it comes to production wise and the flows, everything was 10. Because some songs like it had an upper hand in the beat, some of them had an upper hand in the flows.
Yeah.
That one was like the beat was hard and the flows were hard, and that was Kendrick's best feature out of the ones he did. My current, like, I would say off the bat that I listen to the most, Good Credit is number one.
Yeah, it's number one.
Number one. Backdoor, I love it. It reminds me of like an alternate, like a different version of Luther with
Luther Part
Kendrick
2.
and SZA. I'm still not gonna lie. I think it's better than Luther. Sorry.
It's better than Luther.
Sorry.
That might be actually
Luther.
crazy to say, but I think we both think it's better than Luther.
I love Luther, but I really, really love Backdoor. I feel like it gives me a very nostalgic. I feel like I'd hear it on the radio. I love it. I just love it. You really got to see a trap artist incorporate an R&B singer into a song, Jhené Aiko, which was super, super cool. So yeah, those two. And for me, my other favorites are those songs that I already dropped before this, which is Ketamine,
Goodbye Air,
Ketamine,
Evil Jordan.
I feel like the other songs that I do like are the ones that I already dropped all 2024, which was specifically Ketamine and Evil Jordan. Love those two. But also like Hood by Air.
Hood by Air and Evil Jordan are like those for me.
Yeah, those ones are crazy. And as we can see, Evil Jordan is doing the most numbers right now.
Which
people didn't know, I guess.
Yeah, they weren't tagged in, but I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of shocked that it's getting like.
I think it's the intro.
It's the intro.
The
begging on your knees to be popular.
Something random that's been just stuck in my head for like 2 weeks now is you said too late to start. I
feel like this is gonna be such a niche audience who understands that.
Like y'all have to know it. Like it's on TikTok. I don't know if it was Michael Rainey Jr. from Power Ghost. Yeah, Michael Rainey Jr. He's the one that posted the video first. I saw him post it. I don't know if he made the video. I saw him do it first. I don't know. People give him credit, but I don't know if someone did it. But that video, maybe we'll.
That reminds me of
insert it, but
what's his name?
The guy who does a free concert, TJ Maxx. Whoa, hold up. Really watch it.
Can we please? I would
do a
the video.
Yeah, I love this dude. I follow him on TikTok. He's so funny.
He's so funny.
But yeah, I was singing that song, which is Headlock by Imogen Heap. You say too late. That's what I'm saying.
You've made it to the end of the episode. Congratulations.
Yes, kudos to you.
No, I'm playing.
Thank you for not clicking out or being bored.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us. And as always, we'll see you guys in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.